Hi, everybody. Happy Friday. So the question I want to ask today is, what if you don't have a CISO? I know I'm connected with a lot of folks that are small business owners, and I think it's probably a question that a lot of my friends and connections have thought about. What if you're a small shop that really just has an IT director, and maybe a person responsible for applications, or a person that's the jack of all trades and is responsible for network servers and applications? I've been there, right? You're in a position where you don't have the budget for fancy cybersecurity awareness programs, fancy cybersecurity tools. You might not feel like you had the time to think about cybersecurity risks. So what can you do? First, I think the most important point is that cybersecurity still needs to be a concern to the organization, right? Whether you're a small mom and pop shop selling books or you're a multi-location coffee shop, you still want to ensure that you're handling your customers' information safely and you're not losing your small business to a cyber attack when margins are probably tight as it is already. I'm probably going to oversimplify this because time's limited here. I don't want to make a 20-minute clip. But one thing you can do is create a champion for cybersecurity within the organization. I've talked about this before, right? Designate someone as a security officer as part of their role so you're at least considering cybersecurity. The person doesn't need to spend their entire day in the cybersecurity realm, but they can just bring attention to how you protect company data, figure out where you might have sensitive data stored, maybe start discussions about critical business processes and applications that exist within the organization. Maybe they think through simple things like, are we running multi-factor authentication on QuickBooks that we're using for accounting, right? They can think about where to get cost-effective resources to help with cybersecurity. There are a lot of low-cost cybersecurity services out there. CISO or CISA, depending on how you pronounce it, offers free services, and I think very few people realize that. You can get free cyber hygiene services like vulnerability scanning and web application scanning, even if you're in a private sector, as long as you're considered a critical organization. The person can also act as a champion for basic cybersecurity practices, asset inventory processes. They can take 5 minutes with their morning coffee because they're the cybersecurity person doing sort of intelligence news awareness things. And they can really be the go-to if there ever is an incident. They can be the person in the know. If you're a small enough organization, you might just have a person that's dealing with servers and an outside consulting contracting organization for network and security topics. They can be that person to contact that organization. But they can also bring a lot of value by being the person that's sitting at the table while you're talking about a new project in your small business and say, hey, have we considered cybersecurity as part of this new implementation? Simple things. We're standing up a new platform. We need to sign into it. Did we consider how we're going to leverage authentication? I used the MFA example earlier. Small little questions to start building a culture of cybersecurity in the organization. But let's consider another really quick scenario. What if the company has money to spend, but not enough to bring in a full-time security expert? Well, there's the concept of the vCISO or vCISO. I've got somebody harassing me over how I say CISO, but we won't go there right now. Or a fractional CISO. They're basically a virtual chief information officer who provides cybersecurity guidance to an organization, and they do it on a part-time or contract basis. They basically act as a consultant without the organization needing to be worried about the cost of a full-time employee. And I don't think a lot of people know that this role exists except for people in the cybersecurity field. So there is help out there if you have the money to pay for those services, right? A virtual CISO can help you with policy development, sales support for customer requirements, compliance topics like ISO 27001, PCI if you're taking credit cards, SOC 2, KPIs, metrics, training, recruiting, risk assessments, vulnerability management, physical security, or if you really want to build an in-house program, maybe you're growing, you can leverage a vCISO or a fractional CISO to help you build your cybersecurity program. I have seen personally cost all across the board, from hourly rates of $200 to $300 an hour for guidance to monthly services ranging from $1,500 to $20,000 a month for flat rate services, or project-based consulting where you're paying, I don't know, $150,000, $200,000 to develop a cybersecurity program end to end. So there is help out there if you don't have something in house. But just a few ideas on how you can bring cybersecurity into the organization if you don't have the money or resources to have a CISO on staff full time. I wish you a great weekend. I'm going to put this video out there on Friday, so enjoy. I hope everyone's happy, healthy, and safe, and see you next week.